What's up, everyone? We just wrapped up day one of Patriots training camp. I'm Tamara Brown. That's Mike Dussault from Patriots.com. Mike, I'm the new kid on the block. This is my first ever Patriots training camp. I'm super excited, but for you, you're a seasoned veteran, and I would love to hear what Patriots fans can expect, what we can all expect this week as we step into the first week of training camp.
Well, Tamara, I think the big thing is fans. We've got fans back. So if people are out there, they want to come down and see. It's open to the public, no charge, lots of stuff to do for the kids. It's a great time. So you avoided a bit of rain today if you held off, but going to be a fun four days or so just to kick off camp here through the next few days through Saturday. And then next week, maybe things will ramp up a little bit, but no question, football's back, fans are back. It's just a great feeling.
You mentioned that next week things will really start to ramp up. And this week, it's just shirts and shorts. It's no pads. It's just getting pretty much out there, getting started with practice. As you said, football is back. How did you evaluate today's practice?
Yeah, well, it's a slow start. Everybody, like you said, is in shirts and shells and helmets. And, so there's no hitting yet, but take that with a grain of salt. But I think it's important, to say this is training camp. So I think, the evaluation is kind of starting the competition. I know everybody wants to hear about the quarterbacks. I thought it was a little bit up and down today for both Cam and Mac. And, I thought they had some throws here, some that they'd like to have back. I think that's to be expected a little bit. The defense, a lot of veterans, a lot of free agents coming in. So I don't think it's too crazy that the defense seemed to be a little bit ahead when they were, going into those 7-on-7 or 11-on-11 drills. And there were certainly some moments that were nice. A number of players had, both quarterbacks I thought had, a couple throws here and there that looked pretty good. So something to watch as camp kind of progresses. How can the offense continue to improve, continue to, move the ball down the field? A lot of red zone work today. So we'll see as they open up things a little bit in the coming days.
You definitely hit the nail on the head with the biggest headline of training camp going into the season this year, and that's the quarterbacks. But as I was listening to Patriots Unfiltered today during training camp, one thing that you mentioned was the beef. Do you mind taking a few minutes to talk about that and the depth of that on this team this year?
Yeah, where's the beef, right? I mean, it was something that stood out to me last year was just, they didn't have a lot of depth up front. And I think this offseason there was a concerted effort to, bring in Devon Godchaw, bring in Henry Anderson, to bring back Lawrence Guy and Dietrich Wise, and, not to mention drafting Christian Barmore. So I think Carl Davis as well, another one I'll throw in there. It's just, big interior front seven guys that I think they were lacking last year. And as you mentioned, I looked down on the field and, it's just hard not to notice these, new giant men that are out there. And I think those guys are really going to help up front against the run. They struggled last year. So some good pieces. Again, I think when we'll really start to see that is when the pads come on, the physicality picks up, but nice to see improved depth there at the front.
Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us today on this debrief of practice. Stay tuned for more content as we will have amazing things coming on Patriots.com.